A lot of people don't realise that Australian people have just gone back 200 years, meaning that the Northern Territory people, top end of Western Australia and top end of Queensland, all live under a law called intervention. Now that means that the people up there cannot go to a court and say, I cried discrimination. You can't do that here. Not in the 21st century. You know, if it was done over in China, Australia would be crying about it. If it was done anywhere else, Australia would be saying, you can't do that. But yet they're doing it to their own people, their own Indigenous people.
North and South, there are differences, but the need's still there. The South have larger cities, and there may be some more options, but in the North there are hardly any options for accommodation. So that's probably the difference. The North people are more traditional, and the South, they're more integrated.
The Australian people, native people, are still living under it. And the man who brought it in was our former Prime Minister before Kevin Rudd, John Howard. Because John Howard knew he wasn't going to win another term. So he said, oh well, it's the blacks against me, so I'm going to make it hard for them. And he was unsuccessful bringing it nationwide, but he was successful for making it across the top of end of Australia, from Western Australia to Queensland, all living under the intervention orders. I can go, I'm lucky, mate, in many ways, because I can go to a shop and buy my groceries, pay for my petrol, have money. They can't. You can't deny a person's right not to have money. What if they need it straight away? His reconciliation is a joke, because the first 5 letters say recon. We've been conned once. We ain't going to get conned twice. And as far as I'm concerned, there is no reconciliation. It's all about sovereignty, giving us our native title as sovereign owners of the land. Doesn't matter whereabouts in Australia we come from. We'd all, I'm speaking on behalf of everyone, all Indigenous people, we'd like to see our sovereign rights given to us. America's got one, Canada and New Zealand. You recognise them 4 older? Well, we've been proven to be up there for 120,000 years.
The same issues and the same problems. The population has grown, the need is growing for more accommodation, more permanent accommodation, more jobs. We thought that 20 years ago that we may be out of business in 20 years' time, but no. The accommodation issue is still very pertinent for Indigenous people, because people haven't got anywhere to live.